drama. I'm afraid it's going to be another sleepless night. It's been like this for weeks. How can I get it to stop? I'm so preoccupied. Can I give you a list? How about everything going on in the Middle East and everything going on here in the United States, especially since October 7th? Isn't that enough? I'm overwhelmed. I hardly know what to think. I'm so conflicted. And look, extremists on all sides are having a huge influence on these events and public opinion. I'm such a wreck. I'm such a wreck.
I'm so sorry. Now I know why our ancestors look forward to getting drunk on Purim. But speaking of Purim, being awake at night may have been helpful for King Ahasuerus, but it's not going to do you any good or make the world any better.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Getting drunk won't help me. My lack of sleep has really humiliated me. Would you believe my job is in jeopardy now? Today, my boss called me for a chat. He told me he's concerned because my productivity has declined lately, along with my libido.
Your libido? How does he know about that?
He doesn't. But apparently, someone misunderstood something I wrote on Slack. And that someone started a rumor. It all began when my coworker asked about an application that I was supposed to install online. And this is how I answered. I wrote back, "I've tried several times, but I can't get it up." Maybe that was the wrong choice of words. So I'm at risk of losing my job. And my anxiety is going through the roof. I desperately need a good night's sleep, but I can't get one.
Try one of these melatonin pills. They help me.
Yeah? Okay. Thank you.
Next up, Sunday Schmooze on WPMA 89.3 and streaming worldwide.
Welcome to the Sunday Schmooze, your source for news and entertainment for the Jewish community in Eastern Massachusetts and worldwide. I'm Rosie Rosegarden, and I'm available. And as always, I'm here with my good friend, the Sultan of Schmooze, Sammy Sternweiss. Sammy, what's on tap for today?
We have some special features to celebrate Purim, which starts this Thursday evening. First, to get us in the mood, let's hear a Purim song, Blot 'Em Out, by the Groggers. We were listening to the words of the Megillah, how the king got mad and forced the queen to flee, and how Esther ended up as her successor. So far the tale's unfolding peacefully, but I feel a growing sense of expectation as the story arrives at chapter 3. 'Cause it's coming on the scene, an official, cruel and mean. He'll get the king to sign his foul decree. So blot him out, blot him out, blot him out. Make sure Haman's name is barely heard. Blot him out, blot him out, blot him out. Make this villain's name a silent word.
Some people think they're braggers, so they're clacking. And others make a click-crack noise, of course. People stamp their feet, and the racket's not complete until we hiss and boo, until we're
So blot him out, blot him out, blot him out. Make sure Haman's name is barely heard. Blot him out, blot him out, blot him out. Make this villain's name a silent word. Our tradition tells us we should love our neighbor and in everyone to try to find some worth.
But this can be tough work if your neighbor is a jerk who is driving you berserk with a quirk that's bound to hurt. So give thanks that once a year
When this character appears, we don't have to be so kind or find some good to find. 'Cause he's out to the core, he's our enemy. What's more, he represents all evil here on earth. So blot him out, blot him out, blot him out. Make sure Haman's name is barely heard. Blot him out, blot him out, blot him out. Make this villain's name a silent word. So blot him out, blot him out, blot him out. His menace oozes out from every pore. Blot him out, blot him out, blot him out. He's a villain we despise. We'll make his evil neutralize. We'll blot this vile out forevermore.
I hope you enjoyed that song. Next, we have a report from our roving reporter, Suki Spilkus. Suki?
I want to report that the past year and a half has been a very stressful time for American Jews. With the events all around Israel and reverberation here at home, during the last 17 months, not surprisingly, American Jews have experienced an 8.5% increase in hypertension, gained 5 pounds, and have had a 20% decrease in sleep, according to a recent report by the Jewish Gesundheit Foundation.
Those numbers are nothing to sneeze at.
The health impacts are even greater for people that live around college campuses. Here in Cambridge, Massachusetts, one Jewish man has come up with a novel strategy to deal with the stress. Simon, tell us about your recent difficulty and what you've done about it.
My difficulty? You mean my difficulties? Oy, do I worry about Israel surrounded by hostile nations, about hostages left in Gaza, and all the dead in Gaza, and all the bombed ruins, about Netanyahu's goal of total victory without a day after plan, and my wish for a strong Israel, not a pariah state, about the loss of the ability to maintain civil free speech at colleges, and about assaults, both verbal and physical, on Jews and Zionism. On one hand, I want Jews to speak forcefully with criticisms of Israel, but on the other, I'm pained by the loss of the respect, the hatred, and rejection of Israel and Zionism. Life seems so unstable. Democrats are called anti-Israel, Republicans are pro-Israel, Trump gets credit for the ceasefire and hostage release deal, even though he's a scary fascist. He's even dropped U.S. sanctions against those Jewish thugs, you know, the ones who keep attacking Palestinian villages and never get punished.
Wow, that's a lot that's troubling you. How has it been affecting you personally?
I'm devastated and totally confused by my own contradictory opinions and feelings. For a while, I could hardly function.
But I hear that you found a novel way of coping strategies to deal with this.
Yeah, actually, my therapist suggested it. She suggested I should defend Israel and push for universities to crack down on anti-Israel protests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. and I should criticize Israel and advocate for free speech within limits on campuses on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Saturdays I take a rest.
And has this helped?
Except for this week. I ran into such a problem. Soon our city council is going to debate a resolution that condemns Israel and supports boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement. I want to speak out strongly against it.
So what's the problem?
The hearing scheduled on Monday.
Oh,
I've written them to explain my situation. I asked them to postpone the hearing until Tuesday.
well, I hope it works out for you. Still, all in all, things being equal, here's one American Jew who has found a way to cope with stressful emotional circumstances.
Thank you, Suki, for that report.
In just a few days, we'll be hearing the Book of Esther, the Megillah, chanted aloud. Today, we have a special guest, Rabbi Malcolm Starr from Kilat Mishucharim in Freetown, Massachusetts, who is going to share thoughts about the meaning of the Purim story. Here's Rabbi Starr.
The Megillah has a message that's so important that we have to stand together and identify as Jews. The heroine went by a Persian name Esther instead of the Hebrew birth name Hadassah. She was trying to hide her identity and assimilate into Persian society, and she was so successful that no one in the palace could even tell that she was Jewish. And then, when Mordecai needed Esther to save the Jewish people, she didn't want to get involved. No, she didn't even know the Jews were in danger. Only when Esther came out and presented herself as a Jew, she was able to triumph and save her people. Baruch Hashem. So the story of Purim teaches us, don't try to assimilate, be visible, and stand up for our people.
Stop! Stop this blathering. I've got a bomb. And if you don't do what we say, I'm going to blow up the studio and everyone in it.
We're from the Progressive Diaspora Liberation Front, and we are taking over this studio. The state of Israel is rotten to the core. It's killing too many innocent people. It's a blot on our people's good name. Yet week after week, you promote a pro-Israel agenda. You play Israeli songs. You express support for Israel. Today, we're putting an end to it.
The Book of Esther demonstrates that Jews in the diaspora don't need a sovereign nation or army to protect them. Just like Mordecai and Esther, we can use our wits and our skills here to overcome whatever problems arise. Also here, not in Israel, we can live side by side and make common cause with other marginalized groups and maintain our rich, spiritually satisfying religious culture.
We have 4 non-negotiable demands. 1, stop using the Sephardic Hebrew pronunciation that the Zionists foisted on us. From now on, it's Ashkenazis all the time, plus a little Yiddish. It means Shabbos instead of Shabbat. And if you're called up to the Torah, it means saying Nasan Lanu Toras Emes instead of Natan Lanu Torat Emet. And Nosein HaTorah instead of Notein HaTorah. Agreed?
Sure, anything you say.
2, no more Israeli songs, just Hasidic and Neo-Hasidic. And Neo-Hasidic, Nigunim with some Debbie Friedman, Benny Friedman, and Nefesh Mountain thrown in. Agreed?
Yes, Bli Neder.
Billy Neder? Yeah, sure you can play him, as long as he's not an Israeli. 3, focus your commentaries and interviews on the crimes of the Israeli regime and on our activism. For example, our nationwide boycott of falafel, hummus, and shawarma.
That's going too far. Do you expect our people to live on kasha, varnishkas, and blintzes?
Watch it, lady. Don't be a kvetcher, or soon you'll be gehen tief and drit. And your family, your mishpacha, will need a shovel to visit you. Finally, number 4, Hamantaschen must be sold with a warning label. that says, baked in memory of Persians slaughtered by revenge-seeking Jews.
How long will this torture go on? You've got to be kidding.
Okay, hands in the air, everybody. Hey, put down that bomb. You are such wimps. That's probably just a rutabaga with a dish rag cover it. We're the Hilltop Youth, North American affiliate, and we had the same idea you people had to take over this radio station, but we brought real weapons.
We're tired of American Jews with their so-called progressive views and their namby-pamby opinions or downright hostility toward Israel. From now on, spread the message that Israel is our God-given land. And by reclaiming the entire land of Israel, we are fulfilling God's plan for the beginning of the Messianic age.
You guys are power-mad fascists. You have to be stopped.
Shut your mouth or I'll shoot you full of holes.
We have a caller. Hello, and welcome to Sunday Schmooze. Please call the police. We've been taken hostage here.
Here I've been, stuck on hold for 15 minutes, and I finally get a chance to talk, and now you want me to hang up and call somebody? No way. That rabbi who was on before he said that the Purim story was about assimilation, he's a schmendrick and a tom, a simpleton. Send him back to the seminary for remedial instruction.
Please, call the police.
Stop interrupting. Let me finish. I'll tell you what the Book of Esther is about. It's taking a mirror to a cracked up planet and showing how messed up it is. The king, who's supposed to be in charge, is a complete idiot. One minute he tells Haman to kill the Jews, and the next minute he has Haman honor Mordecai by parading him through the streets. One minute he's giving the Persians permission to kill the Jews. The next minute he's allowing the Jews to slaughter the Persians. And events in the story happen at random, with no rhyme or reason.
Cut this dodo off. How can anybody be so stupid? God is pulling the strings, and the Megillah is all about the fulfillment of God's plan for the Jewish people.
Just like what we're doing in Israel today. And God is helping us. In ancient times, King Cyrus was carrying out God's plan by allowing the exiles to return to Jerusalem. And now God has inspired Donald Trump with his proposal to move the Gazans away from Gaza. Go ahead and play our anthem. Shutafim im Elokim. We're partners with God.
Never mind that fancy propaganda ditty. I dare you to play golfing in Gaza.
We're happy to play golfing in Gaza. It's one of our favorite songs. Play it, Sammy.
For 20 years it's been Judenrein, Gaza, the promised land that Sharon declined. Our homes and greenhouses sadly crushed to rubble, and since we left Gaza there's been nothing but trouble. Now the locals fled, leaving barren ground, since we destroyed their homes, shot at all who stayed around. The army thinks they did this to make Israel secure, but we know it's God's plan to get us in by the back door. Fulfill our vow with God's help. The time is now. Then came Donald Trump. He spoke like a sage. He said, move the Gazans out, now it's time to turn the page. We're ready to start building, complete with plans and crews, a lovely, lavish, private homeland for the Jews.
Building back our towns, nicer than before. Beachfronts, tennis, amenities galore. A golf course drawing crowds by the score. Oh, heavenly sound of golfers yelling for.
We'll restore a jewel of God's promised land. We'll have Arab caddies there to lend a hand. We'll plant grass for the traps, 'cause the fairway's made of sand. Folks will flock to play our course in holy Gaza land. With 18 holes sanctioned by the PGA, the land will grow holier every time we play. Every stroke presents the Messianic day. All Jews will go golfing in Gaza.
This is truly obscene. Are you going to let them use your airwaves to spread this poison? You have a moral duty to lay down your lives to stop this.
Maybe it is my moral duty, but the rabbi said that there are 3 sins that a Jew should choose to die for by Kiddush Hashem, rather than commit. Is allowing propaganda that besmirches the reputation of the Jewish people one of them? No, it's not. Also, maybe it's good that our listeners hear firsthand what this group is planning.
I don't think so, and if you don't stop them, then I will.
Put them down.
Who are you? Benjamin Budinsky?
Eliyahu Hanavi. Elijah the prophet. One of your online listeners in Yerushalayim wrote a plea for help on a sip of paper, Pedig, and slipped it into a crack in the Holy Kotel, the Western Wall. I came as soon as I saw it. I appreciate your zealous spirit and determination, and after all, I was a lot like you in my day.
Since that's the case, isn't it hypocritical of you to come along and stifle our zealous campaign against oppression?
It looks that way, but later on, I led Zealous behind and practiced Rachmanos, compassion, after I heard a divine message from the still small voice. You can check it out in 1 Kings chapter 19. Here's what the message said.
Life is complicated.
Life is complicated.
Reality's
Reality's complex.
Oversimplify it, and you just end up with dread. You must strike a balance
how to meet your plans,
while respecting others too.
Remember that
all nations have one God as their source is what I learned from the still small voice. Sometimes folks sound certain and full of rectitude. Just pull back the curtain, you will find their thought is crude. And when your mind is storm-tossed,
heaving to and fro,
it means reality is so. So step down from your soapbox and take a broader view. Cultivate Rahmanis when your neighbor's not like you. Oh, firm decisions, long as
it's a thoughtful choice.
and listen to the still small voice.
Remember that
All nations have one God as their source is what I learned from the still small voice. Cultivate Rahmanis when your neighbor's not like you. Learn to appreciate another's point of view. Make sure you hear the still small voice. And listen to the still small voice.
Well, what do you think?
There's something in what you say. I'll have to think about it.
I agree. Maybe we've been too one-sided.
What do you mean? This is just a wishy-washy liberal siren song.
My thoughts exactly. We're going to liberate this radio show, and no one's going to stop us.
You may be a prophet, but this is a non-profit station.
Don't tempt me! I'm trying to end this peacefully. And if you don't leave, I'll have to give you the same treatment I gave the prophets of Baal.
I'm not afraid of you.
Oh, gracious. Oh, what?
What happened? Are you all right?
Oh, God. I had the most frightening, amazing dream. It's 7:45. I slept through the whole night?
I didn't want to wake you.
Well, now I got to get to work. You know, that was the full night of sleep that I've been missing. Wow, I feel better. Thanks to Elijah and the still small voice.